Peace, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Match My Smoke podcast. We here with another heavyweight. We here with another great guest. Somebody who's very active in the community. Somebody who's very active out there on the scene in the industry, making his way up through the industry. The sales manager and event coordinator at Emerald Gardens, Mike Smith. Let's give him a round of applause, y'all.
Yo, 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 yo. What's good, man? What's good, boss? Thanks for that introduction, man, for sure.
Man, we got Mike Smith in the house. For the people who unfamiliar with you and the company you represent, let them know a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the industry, um, what the company actually is about, and your growth in it a little bit.
Well, first off, shouts out to you, bro, for everything that you've been doing in the community. Same wise, I mean, we've been on this mission around the same time, just moving around, doing stuff. So shout outs to you first off. But I'm like I said, Mike Smith, Mike Smitty for a lot of people that know me in my past career. But I work for Emerald Gardens. We out of Chicago Heights. Took an old bowling alley, turned it to a grow facility. Now, we banging out in stores throughout the state. Like I said, I'm the sales manager and event coordinator. I started off growing with the company. Um, when I got there, it was still like bowling rooms and a bunch of stuff that I had no idea that we would be able to flip into grow rooms, but was able to do so. It's been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful transition. I really appreciate it. It's been really dope. Like I said, I started off growing. We didn't have any brand ambassadors on 420. So all the growers had to go out and do the pop-ups at the stores that we debuted in. So that's when they kind of figured out I knew how to talk to people. From there, they gave me a table. They gave me our infamous sign with the J's on it and just told me hit the road. So I hit the road, been to every dispensary in the state and just did all the events, man. So just going from growing to brand ambassador to event coordinator, then I'm the sales manager.
Now, that's an incredible journey you had thus far, and I know you've been in the industry for some time. Let us know how long you've been in the industry and some
Okay.
of the people that you worked with in the past before you got with Emerald Gardens.
So I've been in the industry going on 6 years. I started off with Cranja Culture, beautiful brand owned by Brian Bowens, my boy Ryan Cron, and legendary artist GLC. Um, they're all out of Chicago. Brian's out of Gary, out of Indiana, with me, and they couldn't get a license in Chicago, so they packed up, moved out to Cali, and he had got a situation going out there. Around the same time they did that, I had got laid off from the railroad in 2020. Started working for them, so I made cold calls from Chicago to Cali dispensaries, trying to help get us into stores, help get us into about 150, 175 stores. Um, and so that was my introduction to cannabis. Then I remember it was like mid 2022, COVID was extra rampant. Things were slowing down, and I just told them like, hey man, I'm just going to try to get a job in the industry. Um Closer to home. And that very next day after having that conversation with Cranja, I met my boss at a Walgreens from Emerald Gardens because I had on a Cranja shirt that had the flower on it. He saw it, asked me was I in the industry. Boom, got an interview, got hired, worked with them for about a year. Once I saw the connection was good, made the connection between them and Cranja, and now we white label and we got a deal partnership with Cranja.
So it kind of came back full circle, and the resources and network that you have made thus far was able to
Absolutely.
inevitably do business together. Now, you had mentioned you was able to put them in over 150 stores or so. Um, Tell us that process. What do you mean? Give us, the whole process of doing that for somebody who may be eager to even try to enter the game.
Man, I tell people all the time, thank God for the connection. Brian was one of my best friends, no, is one of my best friends. Um, and I mean, dude, I tell you, even before that, real quick, um, Brian gave me another opportunity as well. I never tell people about this. So we were selling, we were trying to get people to switch who does their testing, for the testing for pesticides and molds and the percentile and everything. So we were trying to get people to switch their testing. So I was calling literally, bro, some of the top of the tops. These people talking about they on yachts, they FaceTime me on helicopters, all type of shit, bro. And I'm trying to get them to change their testing. Now, to me, that's almost like walking to somebody's house and trying to get them to change their hot water heater. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So it was the hardest thing in the world. But we moved on from that. And then once I got into the stores, once I got to the storefronts, I mean, it was just like telemarketing. I mean, how you get people to call you and ask, do you want this or do you want that? It was the same thing. I was calling all these dispensaries. I had a list every day.
Yeah,
And mind you how big Cali is. So you can go, I can take a list of San Bernardino dispensaries alone, and that'll be my whole day. And just calling them, getting pertinent information on managers, you try to get to the buyers or the owners or the people that make the real big decision making. But just was doing that, bro. And that grind right there, it allowed me to not be scared to talk to anybody.
absolutely. You was doing that gorilla climbing, just going and calling and cold calling and
Cold
doing
calls.
that list. No, that's that definitely
And,
respectable grind.
and I will say the further you get away from LA, the nicer the people are. Cause them bad boys in LA was send me what man? Hey, yeah, no, I gave you this information, that information, but that's how it is with any big city, man. So but shout out to LA.
Now, definitely shout out to LA. We love the people out in LA and all through California, all through all the West Coast out there. Um, tell us a little bit more about the journey specifically. Now you with Emerald Gardens. We seen
Okay.
you. This is, I met you just doing several events, sessions, pop ups, educational events, workshops. You be at a lot of them just either as an ambassador for the company and or you just be doing community outreach, just really reaching out to everybody. you know Tell us a little bit about that journey and what that means to you just to have that presence and visibility all through the city.
I mean, for me, it's always about having the opportunity and the blessing from somebody to believe in you. You know, these people, the breezers, they saw something in me, for somebody that came off the street to grow, for them to be able to put that type of target on my back, for them to be able to put that type of look on my back, bro, for them to say, hey, here's this sign, here's this, you're gonna get your expense check. Drive, bro. I literally put 39,000 miles on my brand new car in less than a year, you know. But them giving me that leeway not only allowed me the opportunity to meet so many people like yourself and other people, but it also, without doing so, made me the face of the brand. And and I wear it on my sleeves, regardless of what it is, whether it's Corner Boys, Tickle Pink, whether it's Cranja, if you're a part of that Emerald Gardens, moniker, then it's gonna be that. I mean, it's definitely always gonna be love. But having people that believed in me was the biggest thing out of any of this, because these people believed in me so much, bro, that you jump ranks and you move on, and they allow you to take this or that or go here or it. But them believing in me, bro, and just really being able to move up. And I give grace to my parents, having really great parents that taught me everything, just being on time, being a man. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Work without faith is dead. Faith without work is dead.
Right.
Um, having a really big
Good
football
foundation.
background. Yeah, having a really big football background, bro. That also helped. And, just along the way, bro, just being able to bring in different social equity groups, being able to use my power to bring on certain people that might have been a little bit at risk and just different things like that, bro. Just using all this, for the greater good. So, I mean, the journey along itself, like I said, to go from growing to brand ambassador to event coordinator, now the sales manager, the sky's the limit. I just really thank them and appreciate them for just believing in me.
Now, I want to get into a little more of that and piggyback on that because you said, the growth and you was taking the steps up. Where do you see yourself even in, industry cannabis years is like dog years sometimes. So where do you see yourself even in the next 2, 3 years?
Oh man, for me, I would love to be a cannabis consultant. I got some ties in Maryland, some ties in New York, some ties in different places, but I would love to just go to a startup like what I did, because when I got there, it was still a startup. Go to a startup, and from the time it's a seed to the time we're selling it to the dispensaries to promote to you, I know a little bit about everything, so I can get you going. I get you going from the lights to get to the screws you need to screw to put the shelving up, all the way to the marketing to get this into people's hands. So I would love to be like a cannabis consultant for startups.
Let's dive into a little bit of the background as well. And you came from music, is that correct? Before
Yeah,
you started even doing the railroad, you were doing music. You were an artist, and
yes, sir.
tell me how, in your thoughts, has hip hop influenced cannabis and vice versa?
Man, they go hand in hand, bro. I mean, when you look at it, when you look at the West Coast, when they had they come up with everything, with Snoop and everybody, like that was some of the first people to promote it in that way, musically, like that. I mean, even when you go back in the day to some of the older artists that was doing, you know, rock and roll or R&B, like just different, like back in the like music in itself and cannabis is so correlated. But man, I mean, it just helps out 1,000%. I mean, you see some of these brands that it helps with brand marketing. We love Wiz Weed because we want to support Wiz. What I'm saying? We love Method Man Weed because we want to support him. So it all really correlates, bro. Um, for me, being in hip hop first, like I said, that too allowed me to not be scared to talk to people, because I didn't mind rapping in front of people,
Yeah.
marketing some of the same people you be around in cannabis. You're gonna be in hip hop, for like John Monopoly, he's trying to dibble and dab a little bit in the cannabis scene. So you be around him. So some of his influence might rub off on you, just being around Bun B this past Friday, him saying that, oh, the weed is good, so mess with the weed, that community, will come over and mess with you. So it's
Yeah,
definitely
you
tight knit and coordinated for sure.
Yeah, you definitely around a lot of people making your presence known and staying visible. And I want to ask you something. This is something we asked a few people on here. Now, what's your thoughts around celebrity brands? Just in total, just give me your overall thoughts. You love them, you with it, you respect them. You had mentioned, of course, we definitely love Khalifa. Um, what's your thoughts?
Work without faith is dead. Faith without work is dead, brother. So I don't care if it's Obama runs. I don't care if it's Peyton Manning push. I don't care if it's
No,
Jay
but I
Z.
mean, like,
No, 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 but what I'm saying is like, I rock with them, but sometimes you just see people put their name behind something and not the work. So I rock with them, but I rock with those that put in the work as well. Like you will see Burner, you will see you will see Wiz, you even see Method Man out promoting the brand. But certain people they just want to put their name behind it, and it don't really work. So celebrity brands kind of get a bad rep for that. A lot of people don't like celebrity brands. I'm all for it. Like if you're gonna put the work in, it's gonna work.
Yeah, and that's some of the feedback we've been hearing. If they're gonna get out there and be with it versus just some of the names. And what's some of the ones that you really, besides the ones you named that you really was like, okay, this makes sense. I can see this doing well, and something that you would stand behind.
Um, some of the celebrity ones. I seen Allen Iverson do a pre-roll collab, I believe, with
Was
the
that
Village,
okay?
I believe. That really made sense. That really made because he's a guy that when he's somewhere, that line gonna be around the corner still to this day. To this
Yeah,
day.
yeah, that's
You
crazy,
know,
ain't it? That your name just you've done a lot, and you really that greatness just really precedes you, and you able to specifically you able to walk amongst the people.
oh,
That's when, in
absolutely.
my opinion, you've really achieved a different level. It's bigger than money and dollars. It's really about respect and people really honoring the work that you've put in. And you ain't got a lot of people trying to troll you in public for real, and all the internet type things, negativity that could happen in real life. They pay that man his flowers every time they see him. So yeah, no,
Oh
to
yeah,
your
so
point,
that
yeah,
that that
he can fill up some places still.
no, yeah, so that Allen Iverson makes sense. Some of the people that I would like to see brands with, I don't know how corporate Derrick Rose is, but he would sell out in 2 seconds.
Oh
In
wow,
two seconds, he would sell out in 2 seconds, bro. You seen how far that
the
pop up he
for
did
the
with the
roses,
rose, with just the roses, bro. Black people don't even we don't even buy roses, bro. But it was the
absolutely.
rose, bro. That line was like a mile long, bro. So like, imagine, bro. Like I would love to see D Rose, bro. And it's no nothing to nobody. I would love to see King Louis brand promoted a little bit more. I think that and I'm not saying from him personally because he's doing this one too. But so many with me being from Indiana, I get a lot of different insight that people don't get. So it's like a lot of people was like, man, King Louis got a brand. And I'm like, yeah, bro. It's just a lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? Like they don't know. And I don't think it's from like a lack of promotion. He's always doing like the skits with the famous guy. He's still putting out music. He's very visible in the city. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where I would love to see that because I believe he deserves his flowers, man. Chicago legend. What's his name? Changed it up, older guy, what I mean, older OG in the game. I feel like that would go crazy. So, just a couple that I've seen that I rock with, like the Iverson, and then a few that I would, what I'm saying, like to see pushed up the Derrick Rose and the Louis.
What is some of the things that you've made mistakes on in the past, being in the industry, that you can look back and laugh on now?
Oh, um, thinking to be honest with you, man, thinking that this industry, isn't full of sharks. Like, you know, I'm not saying like I just thought like, man, we're in the cannabis industry. Everybody's happy. Everybody's high. Everybody's what's in there, like being cool. So, um, it's just like it was just eye opening to see and hear some of the things or some of the stuff that might be said about you or your company, whatever the case may be. Like you said, I can laugh on it now because I know how to move. But yeah, I mean, just doing that, um, just understanding like understanding buying habits. That was also one that was really crazy to me. I thought Chicago people would buy more in a sense, but it's really Southern Illinois for a plethora of reasons. So that's something else I can kind of laugh on as well, just not understanding like people buying habit. But yeah, those was two of the big ones, man.
Since you've been in the industry, tell us some ways that you've grown and you've seen the industry changing.
Oh, some of the ways that I've grown, I've definitely learned how to manage relationships better. Um, paperwork, learned how to do paperwork. I hate paperwork now. It's nasty. But just overall, just staying on top of everything. I come from a sports background as well. I was the Division II running back. Um, wow, a long time ago, class of 2009. Good Lord, I'm old. But I was a Division II running back, so just being able to reiterate those lessons from sports, being able to take those lessons over from sports, and just bring them to my day to day life, and that really helping me manifest the industry in itself changing. Man, you just see so many more people open to the idea of cannabis, whether it's event spaces letting you smoke inside of them, whether it's seeing more events on Eventbrite every single week, whether it's just a unique events. Like you can put anything behind the word in puff or in smoke, color and smoke, puffing, smoke, bingo and smoke, you know what I mean? So just people getting super creative with it, and just the acceptance of cannabis in the state.
You obviously super tight knit with the family. Tell us how they feel with you being in the cannabis industry. What's their age brackets? I can assume they came up in a time where it was super taboo and things like that. What's some of the things your family says about your career?
So it's six of us. You got Kojak, he 50. You got Matrice, he 47. You got Jay, he 41. I'm 35, and then my twin brothers is 31. But me and the twins are mainly the three that smoke. My oldest, he take edibles, but I mean they cool with it. God rest his soul. My dad, he probably would have been mad as hell. But but my mom, see, my mom's the funny one. See, both my mom and dad came from the South. I had a Southern upbringing,
Okay.
very big, super Southern upbringing. Shouts out to Tennessee. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Tennessee, that's my second home.
But you said
Um,
pops would have been hot.
oh yeah, Pops would have been, you know, for weed, boy. So, that was back when they called it wacko weed. But my mom, she was against it, but moms after a while they get cool. So it's funny, we've been trying to get her on weed for the longest. So I said about 2 years ago, two Thanksgiving ago, she's like, man, I'm having a hard time sleeping and I can't eat. I said, man, I got one thing that's gonna solve both of those issues. She like, no, 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 no. And so one day I switched one of her gummies with an edible and she ate it. Went to sleep that whole night, woke up rejuvenated, ate everything in the house. I told her what it was. She didn't talk to me for 2 weeks, called me back and said, I need some more of them edibles.
That's wild work. That's wild
Wow.
work. You just admitted to dosing moms. You dosed moms up. No disrespect to Cosby, but you hit her with the joint, and now
Now she
you got
level.
moms on it.
Now she level.
Oh, that's wild work, Mike.
Yeah. Man, listen, though, I hate to do what I had to do, man. Like, bro, because when you start seeing your elders, I tell people all the time, you can get older by the people around you. Not even the people younger than you. You get older when you start seeing them elders go. So, to see my mom taking all these pills and all this other medicine and stuff, hey man, take this. You gonna be good. We straight. So she all right. She cool.
Man, that is a wild story. And I know we can get into some more wild stories, and I definitely hope we do. But that one, Dosing moms as well. But since you've been at Emerald Gardens, what's some of the things that you have been doing to implement just overall growth in that sales leadership position?
Man, just every day, hyping everybody up. Um,
And
I've
how
always been,
what's the my bad cutting you off, but how big is your team now?
so I got one, two, I got like three people under me. Um, because I'm still the event coordinator. So it's really like four people under me that know how to do events and stuff, whatever the case may be. But I mean, bro, for me, it's just overall happiness, bro. I'm a happy guy. I'm a silly guy. I mean, you know that. Like, I'm a silly dude. So, I like to make people smile. I like to make people happy. I tell people all the time. I was always a captain. I've been a captain in sports my whole life, but I lead by example. So I'm working double time at night, trying to bring in some sales, trying to do something to bring up the morale to say, hey, I just did this overnight. We can do this. And it's team oriented. This ain't dog eat dog here. This ain't, oh, you need to get this sale for this, or you need to do this to this. Everything is inclusive. If you need help with something, cool. You need help with closing something, cool. Here you go. Here you go, cool, bro. That count towards you. We good. Like, we try to work together as a team. Like I said, everything always falls back to sports and music with me. So it always that. I tell people all the time, bro. I didn't go to the NFL. Did I get a scholarship to play football? Yeah. Was I all state running back? Yeah. I got school records, all that. Fine. Did I make it to the NFL? No. Music side, I traveled the United States, songs with King Louis, productions for Dipset, like different things that I done. Did I make it to that ultimate goal? No. So I feel like both of those journeys combined is putting me where I'm at today. And I think that's why I'm so successful at it now. Um, but just allowing myself to do that and go down these roads, it really helps pump up the team, get everybody going. Just really doing that.
So you in the field leading by example. What's some of the things you would say is the top three things you use as leadership just to pump everybody up and keep them on track?
Like I said, number one, leading by example. Number two, a smile makes the world go round. Got to keep everybody smiling. And number three, like I say, my biggest quote that I tell them, work without faith is dead, faith without work is dead. Like, so if you want it to happen, that's cool. Wanting it to happen, what type of effort are we putting in? Just being able to use those three things to pump up the morale, pump up everybody while holding everybody accountable without being just this mean, angry guy. It's working.
Now, if you yourself was a bud, how would you describe yourself?
If I was a bud, I'd be blood diamond runts. That's what I would be. I would be bloody. I would be blood down. I know you like heavy strawberry. I know. But I would be blood diamond runts because it's homegrown, and it's gonna pass all the tests. Blood diamond runts pass the pull test, the smell test, and the smoke test. So I'm gonna be homegrown and I'm gonna pass every test. That's how I would describe myself, like blood diamond runs,
Now,
which
since
is
you
available now at your local dispensary.
Now, since you brought up one of the products that y'all do carry, then do you all or have you all in the past entered any competitions, or will you be entering certain competitions in the future, and put it up against some of the other strands?
We won the Canada Cup like our first year, or came in like second for heavy strawberries and Joker 31.
Oh, so the heavy strawberry definitely came in and saved the
Yeah,
day.
it had a little place. Look at him. It ain't love that. But yeah, we put in a couple competitions. Um, you know, it's just when you get to those competitions, you really have to look at like the criteria. So it has to be like dispensary and then like homegrown got to be two separate groups because homegrown is just it's just different. It's just two different things. So, but no, yeah, we've been in a couple competitions. I'm actually in my judging career right now. So I'll be judging a few Canada Cups y'all want to come out to. I have more details later.
Oh, so you actually starting to get into judging and some of the things. All right, tell us what some of the things you look for off back. Top three things that is like, okay, this is something that'll make me raise my eyebrow.
Um, For me, I'm smell. I'm a gassy guy. I love stinky weed. So like if it stink good enough, oh yeah, we in the race. So
Let's make smell a bonus. Give me three more.
three more presentation. The terps gotta be terping. Um when I'm smoking it, does it pass the pour test? Does it taste like smoke or does it really have flavor to it? Like that's a big one. That's a big one
Now, are
for
you
me
a
as well.
dry puller person too?
Yeah, yeah, I get a dry pour to kind of get a taste for it to see what it is. I just started dry pulling maybe about August when Blood Diamond first came out. They was like, give it a dry pull. What the fuck is a dry pull?
Oh,
So
so
I'm,
you just got on the dry pour.
yeah, I just got on the dry pull
You was like, hold
last
up,
like
where the
yeah.
lighter at, bro?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, but you know, if you can plant your dry pull and you can light it up and still taste some of that dry pull in it, oh yeah, you got a good product. Like I said, the turf's terping,
And then one
and
more.
and the moisture, like, cause I don't like dry weed. I know
Mm,
some people that do like dry weed
the
though, bro. Like,
crunchiness.
huh?
The crunchiness of it, huh?
Yeah, bro. But I don't like crunchy nothing, bro. I don't like crunchy chicken. I don't like
What?
crunchy. I'm not a crunchy guy, bro. So like a rotisserie guy with the chicken, for
Okay.
example.
You
Like
like
a rotisserie.
you like
Yeah,
moisture all around. You want
yeah,
the
yeah.
moisture.
So I need some weed that's not too soft and too moist because that'll let you know it's not cured right. That's a whole different thing. That'll let you know it's not cured right. It gotta have the right amount of softness to it. So motherfuckers be like, yeah, bro, you selling that fire, that kill, boy, this shit sticky. No, bro, that's not cured yet, bro. So
Now, to your point earlier about, just pulling and dry pulling and lighting up, I'm interested to see who's gonna be the first one to invent like the pre-roll that you can really just taste all of it all the way through. Like you taste no type of burn at all. That'll be interesting, like an everlasting gobstopper of pre-roll. What's your thoughts on that?
so you basically asking, is there a strain out there or what would my take be on it? What you like one more time?
Both, shit.
Oh, no, I ain't, man. I mean, like I said, blood diamond. That's the closest one I got. Cause like I said, it really got the taste when you light it up, dry pull smell, terps terping. Uh, right in my now when we first started growing blood diamond, I ain't gonna lie to you, that shit was a little bit too hard. Pause. But it was like that's when I learned too that you have to put cannabis on different dry schedules as well.
Okay.
So yeah, so heavy strawberry and blood diamond might not be on the same drying schedule. So you gotta like that. But that's the closest one I've seen to that. But if I did have one, yeah, it gotta be a ranch anyway. Ranch my favorite weed. Now white ranch to me is like the closest. White ranch is my favorite weed of all time. So
Now, yeah, that definitely got that punginess to it.
for sure.
I'm
For
like,
sure.
so you a runts guy. You like runts all the way through.
Yeah, ranch through and through, big dog. Ranch through and through.
What is it about runts? Because, I mean, I heard a lot of mixed stories about runts, specifically from Chicago people. Like, Chicago people is hard to please. You know that.
They hard to please with anything, bro.
Anything,
Sports,
anything.
football, in everything, bro.
But
But
when
that's what
you
makes us.
please them, you know you get, you know you got something.
But what did I just say? What did I just say earlier? If you take care of the locals, they gonna take care of you. That's the one thing about Chicago. We gonna, bro. They gonna love D Rose for the rest of his life. They gonna love Twister. They gonna love Common. Right or wrong, they gonna love R. Kelly. Right or wrong, they gonna love Kanye. Bro, they just when you take care of your locals, they gonna take care of you. So, but no, man. For me, bro, I don't know. That's like, bro. I had some white runts. Um, during the legacy days, during COVID, bro, I would buy that by like by like the ounce. It was so good. Man, that shit was it was so good. It was chalky and it was man, that shit was I don't know, bro. I'm just a rinse guy. Like, I like flavors too. So, you know what I'm saying? They runts definitely come with a different type of flavor for you, different type of flavor profile. So for
Now,
sure.
what part of the process of actually consuming do you like a lot? Let's take actually smoking out. And I'm asking like the breakdown, the rolling of it, your different apparatus you may use. What part would you say is a part that you like? All right, this is tradition. This is mandatory right here.
Grinding. I like grinding it up. I love
Grinding?
I love that grinding process, breaking it down, evening out. Because let me tell you this, I'm gonna tell you something very, very crazy.
Yeah.
I've never rolled a blunt a day in my life.
Okay. Would you
I've never
stuff
rolled a
cones?
I stuffed cones and then back during my bachelor days, I've always had a young lady that knew how to roll. That was
Okay,
like
so you never physically rolled, is what you're saying.
no, absolutely. So like everybody got their like requirements. One of mine was, baby, you gotta know how to roll.
Okay.
And and I'm one of the guys too that
It
I'm gonna
wasn't that
bring
you didn't smoke it, just to be clear. You just
yeah,
didn't roll. You never physically rolled one.
no, yeah. So and one of the things that I do is I'm always gonna bring the weed. So if I'm bringing the weed, I'm not rolling.
You just set it out and sprinkle it. Here you go.
Here you go, brothers. Let's get it going.
Now, I want to ask a question about that. We asked this to some other guests, but what's your thoughts on people opening up portals through smoking, and if you smoking with certain people that bring negative spirits and different things, they can, hop and latch on to you. What's your thoughts on that, since you brought that up, as far as,
Man, it's
starting to
the same. I
sesh that
mean,
way?
no, it's the same. I mean, it's the same just as it is for me. Like when they talk about soul ties and who you sleep with and all that stuff, it's kind of the same thing. You don't want to be around certain people now, like at events and certain stuff. You just can't help it. Like it is what it is. But in my own controlled environment, oh, absolutely, brother. Like you gotta watch, or like he can't come back to the session, or she can't come back to the session. Like, yeah, that energy off. I'm big on energy. So
Now, what's your first reaction? Somebody, you did pass to somebody, they pass it back to you, and that tip is just moist, really moist, dripping.
oh man,
What?
what you
What's
be like,
what's
you
your
got
reaction?
I'm gonna try to keep it cool, like take the lighter real quick, light it, rip, pow, 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 pow. You sit back there like again, we might clown you.
So hold on. So you hit it with the lighter.
We might have to
You
hit
might
it
have to hot dry it,
just dry it real quick, cause I don't want to clown you instantly, but I will. You see what I'm saying?
in
So,
that
but I
moment, do
will.
you stop smoking? Do you pass it back? Do you cuff it and hit them with I
No, it's
smoked
one
it?
of those. I'm gonna help everybody out with the lighter, pow, 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 a couple times, and then, like I said, once it's get your dumb ass, But those are the etiquettes, because after a while, like especially if you become like cool with the gang or something, then it's like, hey, bro, yeah, bro, you got some, yeah, bro, what you on, bro? What you giving the blunt head? What you on, bro? Like pause, cuz.
So you can get a little more open after a while, huh?
Yeah, it's like, no, bro, you only getting one or two. Man, bro, you over here like, right, Scooby Doo. You know? So
Now, speaking of etiquette, though, what's your like no nos in a session that you be like, nah, yeah, I gotta slide.
it's like, bro, I've seen people, bro, bring like gourmet full course meals and we like hotboxing the car. Like, bro, like you got this big ass plate of nachos, bro. Just like, bro, wait till we're done, bro. Like,
Yeah,
wait till we done. So that's a no no.
you don't want them to
Um,
bring no food, huh? What
Swisher
if it was a
sweet.
small amount of food?
Yeah, bring some chips, some candy or something. You know, bring some a Slim Jim or something. You want to bring a whole damn. So that no Swisher sweets. Can't bring no Swisher sweets.
Hold on, you not a fan of the Swisher Sweet?
Man, bro, this ain't fucking 2008. Then you gonna say hold on though. You gonna say you gonna say hold on. You gonna say hold on though. Man, now you know. Don't know no damn Swisher sweets, man.
Yeah, somebody pull out a Swisher Sweet, they definitely dating themselves.
Oh, for sure. Your breath stank and all type of stuff. And it's not wrong. I mean, like, we had to do what we had to do back in the day. That's what we had. Like motherfuckers rolling paper, but they also had weed with sticks and seeds in it. You see, we don't got that no more.
Yeah, I don't
So
know, but and you had another one or some more. What's the etiquette no nos?
oh yeah. So you got too much food. You got Swisher sweets. Um Too much food, Swisher sweets. Oh, and no, it's not bringing nothing to the table. The freeloaders.
Oh, so
Don't come to the session without something. Man, don't come to the session without something. Like, now granted, like, yeah, the homies, they cool. Like, I've been with y'all. We didn't both share sessions, whatever the case may be. But if you a newcomer and you on like session 2, 3, you ain't brought nothing. You ain't bring no pop, no candy, no nothing, no. You ain't bring the swishers. Back in the day, oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna get the wraps for us. All right, cool, bro. You can smoke, bro. It's all good. Yeah, but don't be no freeloader, bro. Those my big three right there.
now it's wild you brought up the third one because we took a poll and we asked, some people a lot of questions, um, specifically what some of the things they hate about, certain sessions, and of course, freeloading was one of them. But it's crazy to have that still happening a lot of the times in the session. Some of the times I think it's hella funny. Hella
Mm.
funny.
Bro, I'll be over there like, oh man, I'll be like, oh man, bro, don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. It's cool, bro. It's cool, bro. You're never coming. Thinking in my mind, you're never coming again.
So I want to know what's your thoughts on the community and people doing their pop-ups, parties, events, and things like that. And will you all be doing events in the future?
My thoughts on people doing it's not doing anything but expanding the culture of cannabis. Like so I'm all for it, bro. As long as it's safe, as long as people is cool, as long as there's some security there, we fine. Like we fine. As far as us, we definitely will be doing more events. We're focused a little bit more on the event surrounded by dispensaries or that's accompanied with dispensaries or teamed up with dispensaries right now because we have so many more dispensaries that we are sold into. So we got to kind of focus a little bit more, but we definitely gonna always do events. It's just gonna be a little bit less. And just because it's an event and we're not vending, you may always see me with a backpack with some goodies in there for you. So
So, with that being said, if you had the opportunity to do like a celebrity dinner, canna infused type dinner and host it, who would that be and why?
a celebrity dinner kind of
You
well
know,
of
and
course
really get
first,
him a presentation.
well of course the first one gonna be Jim Belushi. You know, I'm bring my man Jim, hometown hero. But outside of that, um Derrick Rose, Allen Iverson, um Gary Payton, because everybody loved Gary Payton. Gary Payton, um and probably like Jay-Z, just on some since he in the cannabis industry a little bit.
Now, that's a dope list. A lot of people who would be an interesting conversation. Which one you think would give you one of the most interesting conversations?
Uh D Rose. If you've been listening to D Rose lately, D Rose have been tapped in a
D
whole lot.
Rose been opening up a
He
lot
been
more
yeah,
over this time
you
and
can tell he
sharing.
tapped in a little bit more.
And I love it. You know, he definitely used his voice greatly and is incredible. You know,
I think D Rose, bro. I think D Rose because D Rose transcends on so many different levels. I think, bro, his initial sellout, bro, would be crazy. I would love to be a salesman for a D Rose product in Illinois.
D Rose, I mean, you know, when he was doing all the years in the NBA, it was more like his actions was speaking louder than anything. And now post NBA, just to see his work ethic, him as a family man, and just to see him doing things all through the community, him evolve as a businessman, him being forthcoming with that at his retirement, just saying that you know, he's going into business and making that intent to do that, and then seeing him do that and dominate there is definitely inspiring and going to continue to be inspirational for years. Now, with that being said, where you think D Rose his statue should be in the city?
Oh, his
Because
statue
D Rose
should
got to have a statue in the city.
his statue. I don't know when the last time you've been to United Center, but you know where it's like it's diagonal, like across the street from where like the Uber pickups and drop offs at. It's right in front of the stadium. I believe like it's right there, some big opening, and you'll walk across the street diagonally from the Uber station to the stadium, and right there's a big opening. I believe you should get a big statue right there. Should it be bigger than Jordan's? No, but it should be the second biggest, or if not equal to Jordan's, because what he means to Chicago is so different, bro. He's every athlete from Chicago dream. Like to grow up in your city, be a diehard fan of a dynamic franchise. So it's easy for you to be a fan of the Bulls and to get drafted by them. Oh yeah, bro. It's different. That's different, boy.
Yeah, that definitely is that old. That's that Carmelo Anthony too. That's that
Yeah,
you know, a lot of
it's
people.
different.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something to always look up to. And for the kids coming up in Chicago, it's a burst of positivity. You know, so
Facts.
his name should always be mentioned in the conversation when you're talking about Chicago. Now,
Facts.
are you into the mocktails?
No, I never heard of it.
The mock like the infused drinks?
Oh yeah, yeah, no, no. I like Uncle Ernie's. My homie, good lord, my homie out of New York, no, out of Atlanta, he got one as well. He gonna kill me. But no, I like the Uncle Ernie's. The Uncle Ernie's drinks. The bad boys be fire.
Okay, yeah, no. Um, uh, you just put us on to him. But yeah, people be making it all up. It's kind of the alternative when you go to the bars, and some bars even now are serving and selling them and things like that as an alternative. Of course, it's THC mixed with juices or yourself. The same thing you would make an alcoholic drink with, but no alcohol essentially.
Makes sense.
And because I was going to ask, would Emerald Gardens move into things outside of flower? Will they start to do other things as well?
Well, we got vapes. We doing live rosin carts. We're gonna have hash soon. The edibles. We one of the only companies with hard candies. Um, and the drinks, man, y'all just gotta wait and find out. Yeah,
Uh,
the drinks will, possibly be drinking.
So that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely.
Now, what's one of your wildest stories you could say that has happened to you just on the sales side doing business?
You said what's one of the what things that
What's
happened
one of
to
the
me again?
wildest things that have happened to you on your journey on the sales side doing business that you look back at now like shit, that was a learning experience?
That man, that connections are everything, bro. When I say before we launched or announced that we were with Belushi, bro, some of these stores I would call up 30 times, take donuts up there 15 times, get sample orders to them, and we're gonna get back to you, get back to them. You walk in that store with Jim Belushi, they're going right back and getting the owner. And if the owner not there, they're gonna call him on FaceTime. I'm just like, dude, like connections matter. Not what you know, it's who you know, bro. For sure. And it's so funny because you see some of these people, they saw your email before because the way they looking at you when they come out, oh man, I'm just gonna get these. It's cool, brother.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, it's cool, bro. It's fine. Let's just do that. I know y'all want to do some business with Jim, so y'all gonna do business with me. Whatever works, bro. So definitely connections matter.
So, you know, we want to ask about those connections as well, just if that's the thing that you're picking. And I'm like, give us another story where you was like, okay, I was trying to beat down the door here, but that connection just edged me over.
Like I said, I won't say any names per se, but I literally had one lady. Um, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Boom, boom. I'm here in Gardens, Corner Boys Tickle Pink, whatever the case may be. And she like, before I even finished my sentence, she like, oh yeah, we not interested. Soon I said Belushi, she, do you have a menu? Bro, if you saw the way her mouth and voice switched before she finished, we're not interested. To, oh, do you have a menu? And I'm just like, yes, ma'am. Here you go. Like, bro, I'm talking about full-fledged stop. So, that Belushi working. But once again, what I say, work without faith is dead. Faith without work is dead. So now that I got that Belushi under my belt, watch this work go 10 times harder. I don't sit on there and say, oh man, I know I'm gonna make this initial sale because of his name and who he is. I'm thinking, if I take this name and I work 10 times harder at it, ching ching, yeah, we'd be good. So yeah, bro, I've literally seen people stop mid sentence to change up what they were about to say just because I brought up we have this partnership or we mess with these people or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it's definitely get you through the door faster. You know, he has a name that is legendary. And then when you're talking Chicago, that legendary status even blows up tenfold. So now I want to talk about events a little bit more. And you the event coordinator, you be putting together stuff yourself as well as you guys sponsor events that's out there. But I want to ask you, do you guys do currently, or are you interested in someone coming to you and saying, look, we love your product, we want the Corner Boys and possibly other brands across there to be a part of our wedding? We're doing a wedding, we're having a wedding, we want it to be a canna wedding, and we want the Corner Boys there as our person. Do you see yourself getting into events like that of such, or have you done stuff like that in the past? And or tell us events, like that in that ballpark that you all have done.
So in the past, I'll be honest with you, bro. In the past, it wouldn't be nothing I wouldn't do, bro. I've pulled up to birthday parties on the west side of Chicago at the crib, upstairs apartment, sat up my table,
Straight
set,
up.
set, set up my table, said, "What's up? Y'all want an edible? What y'all want, son?" Like, so, you know, now, like I said before in that conversation, I mean, in the conversation we was having, it's just more so everything's kind of more so tied to the dispensary. That's how we kind of make the decision. But before last year, well, I'm there, wedding, getting the tux and everything.
So you saying in the past you was, but now you screening it a lot more. So what type of events would you say you guys are moving into in the future?
Like I said, dispensary led, dispensary partnered with. So whatever, dispensary might have a sound bath. Dispensary might have a
Yeah.
yoga session. They might have this, but if it's tied to a dispensary that we're in, then fine. Because we're getting into so many different dispensaries that have so many different events, it's hard to do outside events. Like even with Keefe Canifest, um, we do Keefe Canifest because it's tied to Parkway Tilton and Molly's joint.
Definitely with the dispos, they bring out a certain amount of people and so forth. If you had your own like dream event, what would that entail of? What type of thing should we expect at that event?
My own dream event would be summertime outdoor indoor consumption. Summertime outdoor indoor consumption. Lot of free food, lot of free food, and a super dope performer. A super dope performer. Um, different brands hanging off on the ends. We can actually use Stash. To be honest with you, I do it at Stash. I like Stash. See, Stash just hasn't had that event that packed it out yet because it's such a big area back there. I've seen it do well.
Yeah.
I've seen it do like 65, 70% in there and it look good. If you're able to pack that out, perform over here, free food vendors here, you know, vendors everywhere, bro. That's ideally for me.
Now we had this question where we took this poll, and we didn't necessarily take it, but we compiled data from comments, people online, articles, and things like that, and we looked at what is the most frustrating and dislikes of buying weed. This is what people said when actually just purchasing it. I want to know what's your thoughts on them.
My
Um,
my dislikes when buying weed.
No, I'm gonna give you what we got from the people that was like they gave us a whole shitload of reasons, but we took like the top 5 of them and then we put them on this sheet. I want to know what you think about them, and then I mean you could give me yours too, but I want to know what you
Okay.
think about these. Now, people were talking about the health risks, unregulated cannabis not being tested for quality, contamination. Some people were talking about supporting the criminal activity in the criminal market. They didn't want to support the black market. Inconsistent potency and mislabeling. People was, not consistent all around the board. The legal risk. Some people buy and they're scared to travel or face imprisonment in some places and sort. And then just overall dealing with sellers, just the unreliability and inconvenience sometimes of dealing with sellers. What's your thoughts on there? And if you can add some of your own.
Okay, so we speaking strictly in the legacy market then. We speaking strictly underground.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah, bro. The inconsistency and the potency, I mean, I ain't never really had that issue. Um, but it's just not the testing part, not knowing pesticides, fentanyl, just so many different things. The unknown of that part has always been something that made me try to tell people you might want to switch. The type of high that it gives you, understanding that you're not supposed to be that high. Like some of that shit, bro, is like crazy knockout, bro. Like, and we really not supposed to do that to you like that. Um, Oh, bro, the inconsistency is crazy. Meet me over here. I'll be here in 5 minutes. No, meet me at the McDonald's in 10 minutes. Hey, meet me in the parking lot, bro. Give me a number three with extra sauce, bro. I'm just gonna give you the weed, bro. You give me the food, bro. We call it eat. I mean, I've heard some of the craziest stories. So it's definitely nasty work on the inconsistency. No customer. It ain't nobody got no customer service. Where's the customer service line at?
He said customer service. He said so that'd be crazy to have a customer service line with the legacy market. And if we talking about dispos and things like that, probably the biggest issue, of course, people had was the high cost. High cost was, just the biggest thing that people was like, you know, I can't really get down with this. It made them kind of sway away. What's your thoughts on that?
It is what it is. It's the truth, bro. Taxes is everything. Cost is everything. For me, it's cost. It's not being able to see the product before you buy it. It's it's long lines. It's people still. It's dispensary still talking about you gotta go to the ATM. Come on now, bro. Are you still gotta go to the ATM, get the money out, pay that little fee. Then they gonna have to charge you round up to the nearest tenth, subtract by 37, take an ounce of blood. Then they gonna give you your products. It's just too much, bro. Just the overall process of it in general. Be kind of tedious. You can do a pre-order, but not everybody gonna do a pre-order.
No, I don't think a lot of people sometimes even know about the pre-order. They got to educate a little bit more even on the pre-order. You learn about the pre-order at the store for the most part. Um, and I know we drawing to a close here. We want to ask you about edibles. Um, the same thing. We took a poll, got a lot of information collected, and this was the top 4 reasons people disliked edibles. We want to know your thoughts on it. Number 4, delayed onset. Just the whole effect of it being delayed. Um, and people a lot of the time go into number 3, actually, risk of overconsumption. They see a delay, so they end up taking more, thinking that's the actual, problem solver. Number 2, how potent it is in the prolonged high. And then number 1, the variable potencies. So you may see 3 different kinds of edibles that's 10 milligrams, but which one is a true? What's your thoughts on those?
The first one on the delay one, you got to get some full spectrum. That's number one. You got to get full spectrum. Like if you full spectrum, it's more fast acting, or it gets you some nanos, fast acting. Those hit pretty hard. Never really had a problem with the potency. Um, Mine is the longevity of it, bro. I took an edible one time, bro. I was high for like 3 days, bro. I'm talking about full fledged head, body, scared to drive, paranoid high for like 3 days, bro. All I was doing was eating and playing 2K.
That's insane. 3 day.
3 day,
That's
3 day
insane.
full blown being. So yeah, I mean,
That's
but
that
I fuck with it.
prolonged right there.
Oh, for sure, I fuck with edibles though. They cool.
And if the people want to reach out to you for business inquiries and or if they want to follow you on your platforms, let them know where they can find you. Let them know where they can tap in.
Man, at IG MICSMITTYIN. And then my number, my cannabis phone is 779-702-8255. 8895. Hit me at any time. It's all good. It's all love. Any way I can help, I will. If I can't help, I'm pretty sure I know somebody that can.
He took it back to the Mike Jones days. He gave out the number. Did you hear him? That was good stuff, man. Mike, we appreciate you stopping by Match My Smoke to match our smoke. Let's give Mike Smitty a round of applause, y'all.
Blessings, brother.
We
Like,
appreciate the time, energy, good vibes, and everything. Yo, check him out. Appreciate y'all for tapping back in to Match My Smoke. Another amazing guest, another amazing episode. Peace.
peace.